What doesn't get burned away can burn your life down. Everything that's not really you needs to die off. What's not true. And some things can very obviously burn your life down, and some things do it more slowly. I have a buddy, and I was thinking as I was making this video today, someone I'm not as close to anymore. And, people call them addictions, vices, bad habits. For this guy, I don't know if he calls it any of those things, but these things can be social media. They can be alcohol, marijuana, different things. And as I was ready to make this video, I thought of this guy, and I've known him, I don't see each other much anymore, 7 years, great guy. And he talks about marijuana and how he's going to have a good relationship with it, and it's going to work better, and it's different because it's organic, and he sings songs to the plants, or whoever he buys it from sings songs to the plants, so it's spiritual. And I used to smoke tons of weed. I probably smoked half my body weight in weed when I was younger. And I stopped virtually in, when did I stop? 2022. And early March, I think. Or no, a couple months earlier. Anyways, it was really intimate to me because it's something him and I shared because we're going through a similar struggle. And my friend had constantly said, well, I'm getting a better relationship with it. I'm not doing as much as I used to. I only do it on the weekends. And I kept seeing him going up and down, and it was hard for me to see because I was struggling with it years ago as well. So it bothered me because it was super personal. Because it was like, okay, I don't want to hear your shit or be around your shit. I'm trying to get rid of this. And, in 2021, I was getting better. And then by 2022, early 2022, I was like, I just need to stop this. I can't do this. I don't think I can do this. It just doesn't work. I'll use marijuana as an example of burning down your life because sometimes the things that we don't get rid of, they will burn down our lives. And that's why to burn away what's really not us, to let go of it, to heal it, can show up in different ways, to kill it. Ultimately, what I've found is that integrating parts of ourselves and healing things tend to be the easiest thing for it to let go. When we try to force it, we still have this emotional holding pattern underneath it. It becomes really difficult. And I use marijuana as an example, but there's many. With the weed, what's tricky about it, I don't have one near me. Or do I? If you have a glass, imagine if I put a couple thousand little marbles in here, right? And that's your life. And with something like weed, and this can show up with different things, what's interesting about weed, why it's trickier, is it's like one marble per day. So if you look at it after a couple weeks, after a couple months, the glass looks pretty much the same. But if you smoke weed every day, or if you scroll for 2 hours every day, if you scroll for 2 hours when you're stressed once a month, it probably doesn't have a lot of effect. But if you scroll for 2 hours every day, sometimes more, it adds up. And I use the example of weed because some things are sneakier, where if they're not burned away, to find out what's really true in you, it can burn down the house of your life. So with something like weed, we can have this jar of marbles that's our life. And we look at it, we think everything's fine. And then one day it's just like empty. And that shows up in different ways. You want to quit this job, you want to start a business, you want to ask the girl out. And then it can be manageable or maybe not that big of a deal for a while. And then one day, maybe the opportunity is not gone, but it could be. If you wanted to start something as a business at 35, if you wait till you're 45, things aren't the same. So what do you need to let go of? What do you need to burn away that's not you? Now, on my own path, I've learned a lot. I don't have every single answer, but I have a lot of them. And I'm 40 in a couple of weeks. I'm going to an ayahuasca retreat in about a week. And that's the question I've been asking myself more and more. What do I need to burn away that's not me? And oftentimes no one can lie to us better than us. Actually, not oftentimes, most of the time, if not all the time. And as guys, we fall into these bad habits, these things that hold us back, or we're just stressed. A lot of times we don't know stress is something emotional going on in us that we haven't dealt with, that we haven't healed. So it's easier to scroll. It's easier to go get laid. It's easier to have sex, to smoke something, to drink something, to take a pill. But the interesting thing about burning something away, and I use that metaphor because it sounds kind of uncomfortable and cool. Like literally burning something away, like walking through the fire. Because if it's not, it really can burn down our lives. I've seen people, especially with drugs, alcohol, money problems, sex, where their lives look like it's burning down. And how we can rationalize it to ourselves. That it's not that bad. That I don't have this problem as much as I used to. Or what can be equally or worse, we judge it, make it so black and white. Like I'll never go on my social media again, other than to post for work. And then we go on social media for 10 minutes and there's another part of us judging us, saying we shouldn't do it. And these internal conflicts just erode our life or create this almost never-ending war between a part of us and a part of us, and then the truth of us can't come out. So what's something in you that you've thought is really you, but it's not you? Something you want, something a part of you wants, but you know it's not sustainable. I was talking to a buddy today. He wanted, a Mustang GT Shelby, like a really fast one, something that was actually designed for tracks. So it was super low. He was super stoked. And then after a couple of weeks, he realized it was not practical to drive anywhere. It's cool. But that desire in him to have that as his primary car, he had to let go of it. It had to burn away. What's really cool about that, it gave him the reference for that car and showed that could be a second, third, fourth car. But if you have a family and you want to drive a Mustang GT 350 Shelby, which apparently is very, very low, that desire has to burn away. It has to alchemize. Something can burn away to make something new, like a phoenix rising from the ashes. It burns to create something new and you have more information. But sometimes as guys, I say that with women, they're more fluid than women even know. With guys, we can be so much more linear than we even know. And we don't want to let go of things. We don't want things to change. You think things are supposed to be a certain way. The ultimate thing of letting go, which is many things underneath it, is who we think we are. Our identity. Because sometimes people get kind of weird about who we think we are, our identity, but I'm just this person. Well, our identity is nothing more than beliefs we have about ourselves. So we've constructed a certain person that we think we are. And we've been that for months, for years, in some cases, decades. And as a powerful guy, when we have these visions, if you don't have a new identity to support the vision, you won't have the vision. Where a lot of people think, no, that's not how it works. I need to have the vision, and then I'll go pursue the vision, and then when the vision is complete, I became the guy. And it's not how it works. So what in your life, what habit, what part of you, not that you need to figure out the world's challenges or your challenges all tonight. If you do, great. But what part of you needs to die? Or what, said differently, what bad habit in you needs to die? What part of you, what needs to burn away in you that you think is you? Especially if it's not the true you. So when everything's burned away, only the true you remains.